Hey there, Dani K coming to you from Dani K Gym Wellness. Today's tip comes to you from a member. I'm not sure if she wants to be, acknowledged or, whatever, but so I'm gonna keep it anonymous. But she'll know once she sees the video. But she wanted to know, how do you continue with your fitness goals and proper nutrition when you're dealing with, grief, a loss, and that could be a loss of, a loved one, passing away, a loss of, relationship, a loss of an animal, grief with all of that. I mean, it's kind of all the same, but yet different. So, I guess she thought, what better person to talk about that than me, losing my mom. And one, I know with my mom, she probably would come down and kick my ass if I, let all of this go to hell because she passed. I know there's a lot of people, that pick up food and stuff like that when they're grieving or stressed or whatever. Me, because of my anorexia and my bulimia, I'm in control of that, but because of, that being my issue, my thing is I don't eat, and I get stressed or, so I have to, that's just as bad, if not worse. At least, if you're overeating, you're getting some calories. If you're under eating, you're not getting calories. So it's a matter of, going into a storage or versus, going into a starvation. So either way, it's not good. So either way, we need to keep our bodies balanced. One thing that I told her, yesterday evening when we were talking about it was, not eating, overeating, not working out, whatever it is, that's not going to bring that, that pet back, that person back, whatever. We have to, learn to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's some people, and I'm going to go all around in circles because different people do different things. They handle things differently. Me, I plugged through, you know what I mean? Like for me, there was no other option. I know, not working out, not eating proper, and all that stuff wasn't going to bring my mom back. If it would have, I probably would have stopped, stopped working out and stopped eating proper just so I could have my mom back here on earth. But that's not going to happen. So what happens is we continue to get into this, downward spiral, out of control bullshit. I love it just because I didn't stop working out, just because I didn't stop, eating proper. I had my days, you know what I mean? Like I said, the anorexia kicks in when I get stressed or, through that grieving period. And I didn't eat, but it's not like, I stayed there. Maybe that one day or maybe half a day or, during that grieving period, and I still have it. My mom passed away 5.5 years ago. You're never going to get rid of that, and, you just have to figure out a way to deal with it. You're never going to get over it. And anyone that says, oh, time heals, never lost anybody or anything that meant anything to them. Because that time heals bullshit is bullshit. When you lose like for me, my mom, she was my right hand. She was the air in my lungs. She's the, the beat in my heart. When I lost her, don't tell me that time's going to fucking heal that, because it's not. So trust me, it's not going to heal anything. I've just learned how to deal with it better. There are minutes and days and hours where, it sucks, but, I allow myself to go through that, shake it off and go on, I can't let that pull myself down continually into like this horrible downward spiral, because that's not good. It's not good for me, and it's not going to bring my mom back. So, and that's the mentality that you have to kind of figure out a way to find. And, and it's okay to be in that pity party or that little stuck hole or that grieving area. You just can't allow yourself to be sucked down like this black hole or this quicksand, and just be sucked down to where, because now it's worse. Now not only are you grieving that person, animal, relationship, whatever it might be, but you're also, you know, pissed off at yourself for allowing that to control your workout. You're also then pissed off because you allowed it to control your food. Now you've gained weight. Now you're even more, you know what I mean? Like, it's horrible, and it continues to be horrible. So, you know, deal with the one thing, but, you know, try and, you know, especially like when you're working out and you're eating proper, you know, as proper as you possibly can, you know, it's still, you're feeding into those good hormones, you know, those good secretions of all of that good stuff that's happening and that positive stuff, you know, that, you know, can kind of push you through that grieving area, you know. So you kind of hold on to that, so that kind of helps you get the strength to push through that grieving area. You know, there's nothing more that I want than, you know, to have my mom back on this earth. Well, I can't have that. And you know, not working out, not eating proper, you know, and giving in to all of that grief isn't going to bring her back. It's just going to make me, you know, feel more horrible and just put me in this black hole, you know. And you know, sometimes I'm in a black hole for about 5 minutes. Sometimes I'm in a black hole for about an hour. Sometimes I'm in a black hole for a day. But I push through and find some way of dealing with it. You know, I talk to her, you know, I talk to God, you know, and I ask, you know, my mom or God or both to help me get through this, you know. And you know, so it definitely does not do anybody any favors by allowing that to push down. So you have to dig deep and get that strength, and just, no matter, kick, cry, scream, just come into the gym. You know, I mean, there's a lot of times, you know, thank God I'm in the gym by myself working out, you know, early in the morning, because, you know, there's times where, you know, I do miss my mom, or I think, you know, I hear a song, or I smell a smell, or, you know, just recently with, you know, most people know I just got a new car, and that was thanks to Mom's car and my car, you know, and it was hard. It was emotional. It's still emotional. Letting go of her car. It sounds stupid. Getting a little choked up now. It sounds stupid. So it's just a freaking car, you know. But that was a car that was like a piece of her. So every time I got into that car and drove that car, it was her. I always drove that car and to Relay for Life, you know, when we did that event, because she was with me then. You know what I'm saying? So to let that car go, that's hard. It's still hard. I look out at my brand new car. I love my brand new car, and it is a Kia, and it's white, representing lung cancer. You know, so I'm still keeping her and keeping that memory. But, you know, last night I got out of the car, I shut it, I locked it, and I'm just like, Mom, I hope you like my decision. You know, I think she does. I think she's what helped me, you know, get that whole deal with that car and everything, and everything that I wanted. So, you know, so I still have those grieving moments, and, you know, but you still have to trudge and pursue it. I don't know what the hell word I was trying to say, but I feel like Porky Pig. That's all, folks. Whatever. You know, you have to somehow dig deep and pull that strength and go. And again, just like with motivation, with working out and all that stuff, I can give you all the tools and I can say all the right motivational things, but at the end of the day, it still starts and begins and ends with you. You have to do it. You know, like I said, I come into the gym, like I said, sometimes I'm so grateful that there's nobody in the gym when I'm working out, because there's sometimes where I'm crying through my workout, you know, because I miss my mom, or, you know, something happened and I really wish I could talk to her. And you can talk to her, but she ain't talking back to me, and you're hoping for a sign, and, you know, and all that stuff. So it's so much more difficult to, you know, go through something like with what I've been going through and what I'm, you know, past 5.5 years. You know, you love to pick up the phone and talk. And I can't. And everybody says, oh, well, she's with you, and she, you know, you can talk to her anytime you want. True. But I'm not getting any response back. And then you're hoping that, you know, and then, you know, like I see a butterfly flying through. Well, is that my mom? You know, well, what was she trying to tell me? Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's so hard to understand, you know, what it is if I'm talking to her her spirit, it's so hard to understand what she's trying to communicate back to me. So, you know, it is hard, it is difficult, but you have no other choice but to go and keep going. Because if you allow that to keep pushing you down every single day, you know, like I said, a minute, 5 minutes a day, you know, it's okay. It's okay to be in that place, you know. Just don't stay there. You know, they wouldn't want you to stay there. They don't want you to stay there, you know. Keep reminding yourself of that. And like I said, it's okay to come into the gym and you know, put your headphones on and just be about yourself and not have to, you know, don't talk to anybody, but don't stop being you. Don't stop doing you, because that's not going to bring that animal, that pet, that loved one back onto this earth. You know, it's just going to cause more issues and more problems. So, you know, and you know, keep a picture of them, you know, put a picture of the screensaver, and there they are. And every chance that I get, I always try and keep my mom, you know, around, you know, like some sort of, like, for me, like a visual or physical kind of thing to keep my mom around, so that it kind of helps me get through. And it's however you deal. And anyone that has never gone through this doesn't know how to tell you how to deal with it. And anyone that knows what you're going through knows that they can't tell you how to deal with it, because it comes within you. You know, it's how you deal with it. Your grief is different from their grief, different from their grief. And people that, you know that grief, know that. And that's one reason why I love Relay for Life. When I go to Relay for Life meetings, or I'm at that event, you know, people know, and they don't sit there and tell you, oh, time heals, or, you know, oh, you need to let that go, or you need to move on, or you need to, you know, don't tell me what I need to do, because you ain't never been there. So that's what I like about Relay, because people have been there. You know, whether they're survivors of cancer, they know what I'm going through. Their family members as caregivers know what I've gone through. And if, you know, there are people there that have lost their loved ones, they know what I'm going through. And they don't pull out stupid words like time heals, or you just need to move on, you know. They know that those stupid words are just words, because if you've felt it, if you've been there, you know that it's never going to leave you. You know, 10 years from now, the pain is still going to be the same. You just learn how to deal with it. And that's the key, is find within yourself, within your mind, your heart, your body, find within yourself, you know, how to deal with it. And like I said, you know, if it's putting a picture up, or it's putting a picture on your screensaver, or if it's keeping something in your pocket, so every time you go into your pocket, you feel that charm, or you know, whatever, you know, that makes you remember them, puts a smile on your face, you know. You know, so just try and keep good positive things, you know, around. And again, these are ways that I deal with it. And, you know, like I say, I can't tell you exactly how to deal with it, or how to, you know, continue with your proper nutrition, or make you continue with your proper nutrition, or make you work out. You know, you have to do that within yourself. You can't let that pull you down even further. You know, like I said, a day you just don't feel like it. You know, there's days where I don't feel like it, but I know that I have to do it. One, I have to get out of bed, because I'm the only one paying my bills. So I have to get out of bed. I don't have, you know, a partner that's, you know, that I can rely on to, if I skip work today, or, you know, cancel my clients or whatever, that, you know, money's just going to be there. For me, money ain't going to just be there. I have to actually go to work and make money happen. So, you know, I have to, you know, grieve and make money. I have to grieve and, you know, continue, you know, I mean, who's going to come to me for workouts and proper nutrition if I let that fall? You know, if I'm not working out, and if I'm, you know, gaining weight and not looking, you know, the part of Dani K, or looking the part of a personal trainer and nutritionist, who's going to come to me? So I have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So there's a lot of mornings where I get up kicking, crying, screaming, pissy, you know, and I try and put on a smile and forge through, you know, because I have no other choice. You know, I don't have any other choice. So, you know, I don't know if it helped anybody, you know, because it's hard to tell you what you need to do, but in order to get through and deal with, you know, that specific grief. But I can let you know, and I can tell you from experience that the more you allow that to pull yourself down and not eat proper, not work out, not go to work, not do this, not do that, not go out and have fun, it's just going to continue to make matters worse, and it's not going to bring that person or that pet back. So, it's okay to grieve. It's okay to kind of sit there in that space, but don't stay there. I used to, sometimes I still feel guilty, but, when my mom first passed away, I felt guilty because I was laughing. I was like, oh my God, but she's okay with that. She's in a better place. Yeah, I would love to have her here, but she's not suffering through cancer anymore. She's in a better place. She's watching over me. A lot of things, she's taking care of me from up there. And, and she wouldn't want me to be crying and not, have fun and not, enjoy life, As a matter of fact, one of her last words to me when I told her that, it was okay to go, that it was okay to let go, she looked at me and said, I don't want you to be sad. So that was her last words to me that I remember. I don't want you to be sad. So she doesn't want me to be sad, I mean, I'm sad because I don't have her, but I'm trying to be as happy as I can and make her death not be in vain. So that's why I do Relay for Life. If you've lost a pet, maybe you've lost a pet to cancer, maybe you lost a pet to diabetes, I don't know, but maybe take that route and don't let that animal pass away, have died in vain, and do some sort of research or find a group or whatever that helps raise money for those kinds of things. That's what I did with Relay. So I do Relay for Life, and try and help others not have to feel what I felt. Maybe one day nobody will die from cancer, and that's my hope, and that's what I'm trying to bring to the table as a way to also help cope and deal with, my mother's loss and the pain, or my mother's death and the pain of my loss. So find a way to deal with the loss, but don't let it pull you down, continually. It's okay for a day, it's okay for a minute, it's okay for 5 minutes, it's okay for an hour or two, but don't let it throw you into such a tizzy that you've busted your ass for 3 or 4 months to lose all this weight and feel good about yourself, and then in a couple of weeks you've gained all the weight back. Don't let that happen. That animal, that loved one would not want that for you. They want you to stay happy and continue. So find that way, dig deep, and I hope this has helped. Again, I can't tell you how to deal with it, but I can tell you how I've dealt with it and how I look at things, and hopefully that's helped and kind of give you a different light or different twist on things that maybe helped you push through, and know that it's okay to be in those places, but also it's okay to be in the happy places as well. So don't lose you. Stay in tune, stay informed, stay motivated. Bye.